Hi and welcome to another Finax webinar. My name is Tamara and this is Juraj Hrbaty, our CEO. Juri, welcome.
Hello and thank you.
It's really great to have you here. And I was thinking how to make this webinar, but I thought of starting with introducing you, and maybe you can tell us yourself a few things about you, and both privately maybe and professionally, just for the people to get to know you better.
Yeah, I think it's very important, especially when people are investing, that they actually know who is behind it. That's why we're doing this webinar. And I think, when we take care of your money, you primarily also want to know who are the guys behind the company. I mean, they probably already know you, on whoever has been watching our webinars or maybe some of our videos. And in Slovakia, it's me, it's Rado, it's Jano, like the board members who do a lot of financial content for clients. We shoot a lot of videos. We also do some, podcasts, etc. So it's also a great opportunity to be welcome here, so that also our international clients get to know me personally better, and maybe in some of other webinars there would be other guys also from Finax coming in. Coming back to your question and to introduce myself. So yeah, I'm Juraj. I'm 43. I'm very young.
As you can see.
yeah. Actually, I'm not sure, how George Clooney, when he gets his gray hair, but I'm sure he was still pretty handsome
age well.
then.
So
yeah. I live in Bratislava. I've been born here. I have a family, 2 kids, 10 and 12, and I founded Finax together with Rado back in 2018. I have a long history of being in the industry. When I founded Finax in 2018, I was in the industry working almost 15 years. Out of that, 12 years on a C-level, meaning like executive level. And the way I came actually into finance was through my family, where my brother Dominic, he used to be a big sportsman. He used to be a top 20 ADP tennis player for more than 7 years. And that's actually from tennis, that's how I and Tamara met together back in almost 20 years?
2000, yes.
Yeah, 20 years ago, or even more 25 almost. 25 actually, yes. I would say. And when Dominic and his career has been developing very well, he started to earn big money, and his sports management company were taking care of his finances and his investments, and I was the one superseeing it from the family. I was appointed by my father that you know the math, you're gonna look at it, and that was 1998, which was after the communism fall, and when the first signs of capitalism.
Sorry, but it was a big job. You were actually looking after the wealth of the family.
Very
responsible job.
Yes. That's true. And at that time, nobody knew anything about it, and those opportunities were only opening up. And I really kind of fell in love with it. I started to study financial management, and from very first beside officiating that we've been doing together, my only job were in investing. Always in investing. That's the thing I always loved. But let's say I'm not very proud of what I did at the beginning, because I was mainly working for sell side brokers. That means equity brokers that were trying to sell clients different kind of investments, and mostly it was not about the client. It was about our pockets, how to fill our pockets with fees on clients, and making different strategies. And honestly, I never kind of like liked that approach, and it kept me pretty nervous about it, that we were talking to clients that, hey, if you want to invest, but eventually, it was not only investment, it was almost like a gambling, especially when we started to do Forex trading, where it's almost like a bet, betting whether the euro or dollar is going to go up, or whether they I don't know, gold or oil is going to go up or down, and, constantly making bets, while clients on average, when you look at the industry, are losing 80+% clients are losing money on this kind of trades. So
you have to develop a thick skin for that.
Yeah, well, I never kind of like had it, and then came a point, like the turnaround point in my career was my cancer, and my chemotherapy, when I decided, okay, that's it. I want to change my life. I want to change it completely, like more my, let's say, also like personal life, but also a working life. That I want to do something that I could be actually proud of, where clients will be on the first place always, and I hope that I will never go below that bar again. I had my boss was, I don't know if I say that's okay. Okay. I'm not sure, how bad the word is, but yeah, he was that kind of person. I don't want to repeat it then twice. And I knew I wanted to completely, a business that would be where clients would be placed on the first place, where it's going to be them and their pockets who are going to be on the first place. Like the joke where, a guy came to Manhattan, and showing, oh, these are the yachts of my bosses, and, and the client were asking, and where are the yachts of your clients? So I want to, concentrate kind of like on the yachts of the clients, and eventually, through like, let's say, the goodness that and the face and, honor that we want to put in the business, clients will like us more, clients will trust us more, and eventually, send us more money, or be willing to refer us to their friends, families, colleagues, or etc. And yeah, so that's how we actually started, and that's the vision we had. And I got connected with Rado, and we always knew that at the time already passive investing and index ETF funds were extremely popular in the US, and nobody's were actually selling it. Because yes, you can't earn that much money on it, and everybody was trying to fill their own pockets. So when we came, this is what people loved, that they have, like a passive investment product that is going to earn almost whatever the market is going to earn. And this low cost at that time was like 30 to 40% of the cost of other investment or most cheapest mutual funds that were available on the market, not even talking on those very high fee solutions. Was very simple, was online. Nobody had to fill up any like tons of papers, what has been at that time, like almost a necessity. And we've been able to create a product that, had all these, even though, like most of the people were laughing on us that you guys want to sell online investments in Slovakia? You're joking. I mean, have you ever sold anything before? Where I never did, but I said, okay, I mean, let's try it. When this can work on the Western world in US or UK or other markets, why this won't be available, be possible to build up in Slovakia?
I wanted to say, in that perspective, at that time, now it's already almost 6 years, right?
Yeah.
It was quite visionary in this area, I would say.
Yeah.
And also, I think what you said a little bit, it's important that people know also how you are as a person, because private life tells a lot about the people. And the story that you just told us about, how the financial industry works, I think maybe people are not aware of it, but at the end of the day, they feel it on their skin. And not too many executives in financial industry would basically talk about it so openly. The fact that maybe also your life circumstances at the time, and everything together in a way pushed you to make that step to feel better generally, but also to be able to leave something behind so your kids can also be proud of you.
Exactly. That was, like when I was, in the hospital and, I said, really, I want to do something that not only I would be proud of, but, my kids, in 10 years time from then, we have like 6 now, can say, yeah, Daddy, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of what you've been able to achieve and what you've been able to build. And that's what I always have in mind also when, doing this business.
I think one of the main things that Finax is different from maybe competition and something that we do really good is exactly this education part. It's at the moment, people started to create content also realizing that financial literacy is very important and that eventually once we educate masses and we educate our potential clients, they will come to the terms of, the necessity basically of investing nowadays. So this was something I think Finax was also a pioneer.
Yeah, kind of like, being on the other side, being and doing those, filling my own pockets. It was, first when we started the communication, we started to point out on all those things that are happening, and how the financial institutions are actually ripping off the clients, what are their tricks they're using. And it kind of like, it was for many of our clients kind of like an eye opener, where they realize, oh yeah, there's actually, I feel the same, and together with that, not only that we've been pointing out those issues, but we also try to give clients the hints, like how to do it the good way, like how to behave themselves in the outer world, because especially in Eastern Europe, the financial literacy is very low. Nobody has been teaching it us in schools before. Our parents, then they also never had this. So they're kind of like, there was no single habit how to move the knowledge from the parent side to their kids, and that's why people were just not thinking the way we thought would be proper for them to think in any given situation they live in. A lot of people live kind of like in the life on social networks, that they want to be as their neighbors, they want to be as their friends, they want to buy a same car, especially, or a new car, the same as their neighbor has or their friend has. They want to go for great holidays, but behind such life, there are so many inefficiencies, it doesn't make you happy. So when talking to people, we want to make their life financially easier, through all that education. We want to make their life stress-free, meaning, if they kind of like get all their financial habits in order, they get it automated, they won't need to think about all those things they might think of now, and try to make them happy, with, let's say, much less expenses, being able to save more, and eventually create let's say people that has higher financial net worth, to feel more secure and be able to enjoy those money at a time it's suitable for them.
Yes, we know that the bottom line is that when you are not financially balanced or financially secure, then eventually you have problems both in personal and professional life, because it affects all the basically.
Yeah, it affects everything. Like all your daily decisions, your sleeping, a lot of things. So yeah, it is necessary to educate the people, and that's why we also started, to educate younger generation kids. We created in Slovakia a book that has been approved by Ministry of Education for pupils in the second grade, which means if we're talking on age, it is from 10 to 15 years of age, and we are very proud of it. We try to build more, even for, let's say, high school educations. So let's see, we're working hard, and that's yeah.
Well, okay, back to maybe vision and how it all started. I wanted to mention that in many ways Finax is a pioneer, right? And we see that, I won't say on daily basis, but very often here in Finax, that we come up with something, and I think we build it here, a team of professionals that loves pushing boundaries, and there is always something new going on, and in a way it's quite challenging but enthralling to work here. I wanted to ask you, how did your vision, or has it changed since the beginning until now? How do you keep it up with everything that we do? For example, I definitely wanted to mention PEP, Pan-European Personal Pension Product, as something that we are still, after a year and a half, basically, the only provider of this product in whole Europe. How do you see Finax evolving from the beginning until now, and everything that we do?
I'm proud that I think we haven't changed almost any of the values that we have had from the very beginning. Also from the product side, there hasn't been almost any changes, like from the core product that we started back in 2018, and the core product is still staying our core product. However, we obviously feel, that during the course of business, when the economic conditions are changing and, let's say the market environment is changing, we would like to be, up to date, and we would like to build products that we believe are in favor of our clients. And for example, when the ECB rates started to rise, and we've seen, their especially money market products has been, already popping up on the market as like mushrooms. We felt that, okay, it's time to build a new product, like, the one we have in Smart Deposit, which returns almost, completely steady ECB deposit rate, which is 4%. So this product is, returning, I think now 3.91 or 92 or something like that, on a steady basis, and it's just flowing according to the rates, or just below the rates that ECB is publishing. But also, for example, especially, like the product like PEP, which has been approved by the European Parliament in 2019, and I kind of like fell in love with this product on the first sight, because I felt that the European pension market has been very fragmented. In every single country you have 3+ different pension systems. Countries like Poland, you could see, I think they have like 8 different pension schemes, which is, makes things super complicated. And you wanna, European Union had this vision to simplify the whole pension market, especially if they want the employees and the workforce being more competitive and mobile which is...
That's what European Union is all about, right? Mobility of the workforce.
So you need to create also, pension systems that would be easier to the end consumers. And I felt that the product, absolutely meets all my criteria. That's why we immediately from the beginning started to prepare on the launch of PEP. We've been very active. We've been in the sandbox kind of like environment with National Bank of Slovakia, where we've been able to communicate with them before, we actually filed for our license, all the questions we had. And I'm very proud that the team has been able to, to bring it up so early, that we already offer the product in 4 markets, and we hope that we will be able to offer it in the future also in other markets that we deem interesting and attractive, especially those that who offer good tax incentives, usually similar or equal to their current third pillar private pension products. So and honestly, speaking forward, I think we would love to keep kind of like up to date with whatever comes. At this moment, for example, we prepare a product that's going to be launched in Poland. It's going to be localized portfolios where all the products that we would put within the portfolio would be denominated in Polish zloty. There will be also kind of like local. We would also put some local equity products, within the portfolios. So we think all these kind of like little changes and developments are in line with our vision, and not only like product wise, but also, let's say, user experience wise. There is going to be a new update on the app, and so we would be able to visualize a little better the current development of the capital or the money that the client has invested with us. So we have many plans.
Never enough. One of the, I would say, special things or special events in our recent history was definitely an acquisition of Ion Bank Investment Services, and basically the first really European robo-advisor, ETFmatic. Could you explain our viewers what was the reason behind this acquisition? What was actually our main goal?
Yeah, when we started Finax, we've been mainly looking at Eastern European markets where we didn't see much of the competition. Usually most of the local products has been very expensive. The money of the clients hasn't been so well managed. So we've seen and we still see a lot of opportunities on the Eastern European markets. But with the development of, or let's say licensing of pan-European personal pension products, we realized it's, this could bring us more towards Western European markets, where we would be able to offer, a niche product or product that is not a standard offer that is being offered on that market. And we were kind of like, that was the moment we realized, okay, Finax, after, let's say, entering Czech Republic, Poland, Hungary, Croatia, and nowadays, Romania, we've been able to, on this product, we are able to enter Western European markets, but we were lacking, let's say, couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
That was experience and knowledge of the Western European market, right? Then it was, we were lacking, let's say, people that would think like Western Europeans. It was extremely difficult to enter those markets, as the client acquisition costs and also through the knowledge, etc., would be very tough. We were also lacking a proper software. Let's say, we are very good on on the front-end software, while our back-end software was more tailored to offers to the offerings in Czech and Slovak market. And let's say, some of the things like rebalancing couldn't be tailored, or tax wrappers couldn't be well tailored to Western European standards that we needed. And so we were lacking the software. And kind of like when Ion announced to its clients in Poland and Belgium that they will be finishing their retail banking offering, we kind of like approached them and asked them, hey, listen, how about your investment clients? Don't you want to pass that or sell that to us? And they did. After some initial talks, they've seen and realized that Finax is actually capable of doing it. We don't need to just end all the other like client relationships they had. They actually can move it to Finax, and that's how we made the agreement. We are very proud. And on top of all these things that I think it was for us a perfect match, because we really through the ETFmatic brand, we gained, a lot of like international client base.
And starting base in many countries in Western
Exactly,
Europe,
because when you start offering the service to get the snowball running, and making it bigger, is always good to
have the base.
Least, when I do a snowman, you need to always make this first ball and then start to roll it. And especially if we were able to gain a couple of hundred clients in almost every single European jurisdictions, that actually can help a lot in building up the momentum in many countries. Plus, we gain this great backend software that we would be using not only for current ETFmatic branded clients, but also all our Finax clients, and we will be moving the clients on this backend software probably in the beginning of the next year. But also, this software that we gain, it has a great B2B opportunity and gives us a much better scalability, especially in Western European markets. Because through this B2B software, we can approach foreign institutions that don't have the knowledge, the skill to sell investment products. We can kind of like offer them a white label solution that is going to be branded under their own name. But, still we will be the one managing the investments of the clients. Similarly, we acquired through this acquisition also one German brand called Unit Plus. This is a very successful German startup, still startup. And, we already has been approached by some banks, or we are also approaching a lot of B2B potential clients that we would like to service on the Western European markets. And the software, the people, the knowledge we get completely fits. And we believe there is a big market potential in this segment, especially if you want to service Western European markets. Because honestly, let's be frank, like if we have a French client, and probably he wouldn't be very eager to get serviced by, or to put all their investments or his pension investments within some Slovak-based broker business. I know that all these differences are kind of like leveling up during the time. Especially, after being, already more than a decade in the European Union. And, I think going forward, it's gonna, especially for the younger generation. Yes, but the
prejudices are still there.
There are still the
honest,
prejudices.
Right?
Yeah, let's be honest. So, let's say approaching, in this case, some kind of like a French institution that currently is not offering any or doesn't have any investment in its offering, we would be able to service it to them. So eventually, this and servicing them under a French brand, could be eventually a way to go for us. And through this, we think we would be able to to gain that exposure going forward.
Definitely this investment as a service is a way for us also to basically get more business in Western
Yes,
Europe.
and maybe even pension as a service,
Yes.
as
a next step,
because the pension industry has been not only fragmented, like that in every country you would have different pension institutions, but there are different pension rules that you need to follow, and you need to have different products. Some countries are insurance-based products, some countries are investment-based products. In every country is completely the same. That's why you need to have a completely different software. And first time with the PEP product, you can have one product that you could offer
as an insurance.
You could offer to not only like all European Union people, but the same product can be offered by insurance companies, by banks, by like us, and like brokerage companies, by mutual funds. So you would have suddenly thousands of players who could potentially use our software for their pension products. So this is something really that is interested me, and I think this is something we would like to explore in the near future.
Yes, I wanted to ask you today, when we are recording this, it's basically we have 3 months behind us since the official acquisition, and definitely I think this is the area where we see the greatest benefit, or maybe a potential for our business, basically this B2B stuff. But would you like to add something on top of that?
Well, I think so far it's running very well. It's very short time to address whether it's going to be successful or not. But over the last month or two, we've got a couple of inquiries for this B2B business from companies, I don't know, Italy, Portugal, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, and others. So I think it has quite a good potential. Let's see in maybe half year or year's time how we've been able to move this business forward. But at this place, I definitely don't want to forget on our core
B2C,
business,
yes, exactly.
Which is direct client offering, our core products that we are extremely proud of, and that would still be our first line focus, because that's what actually feed us. However, maybe in combination of PEP and this B2B product, this is how we would be able to scale on a really
it's
big
potential
size,
for us to grow to another level.
To another level, and this is for us probably this like next level, how we would be able to keep, let's say, our double to triple digit growth over the next years.
I know we always say that you don't have a crystal ball, but maybe when we talk about Finax, maybe you can tell me how you envision Finax in short term, and then maybe how do you see it in long term, maybe in some 10, 15 years. I know this is why I mentioned that there is constantly something going on, and we work on so many things, but what does your vision look like at the moment?
Short-termly, like tons of plans. I think almost every member of our 80 staff, 80 plus people, staff is working really hard to make and bring better and better product solutions, service, to the client on every single level. And I think we've been able to communicate openly what we are up on for 2024. However, we still, I think one of the main focus for this year would be to switch our current client base from the current, let's say, legacy backend software to this new modern backend software that we acquired.
The behind the scenes things that we
exactly on the Ion acquisition. And in long term, it's very hard to say. I've been laughing, when when we've been evaluating the KPIs for last year's, and that was only a year time that, you set up the KPIs for 1 year ahead, and there were so many things differently. We developed so many things on top of what the plans were. On the other hand, we couldn't reach many of the goals that we didn't reach just because there were some other things that we went into. What I can definitely promise, Finax in 10 to 15 years time, when we're talking long horizon, would be much better service to the clients that is currently now. However, we will never, or hopefully we will never, go under the bar that we set up in the beginning, and the bar is very high in terms of what we want to deliver to the clients, and that the client is always on our first place. I think ultimately, we already shown to our clients that we are making our services cheaper and cheaper over time. So if we would be able to grow and to scale our business, as we were able to do over the past years, we would be also able to make the business cheaper to clients, even though we don't need to. But as said, I believe in.
We made the first step last year, right?
Yeah, not even first time. It was it was already second or third time that we lowered the fees. For some of the client, it might see that the fees are pretty high, but we've seen many robo-advisors and brokerage companies that set up their fees extremely low, and now they're trying to figure out how to make the fees higher because they can't survive. They don't have enough funding. And, we always said we want to become, we want Finax to become a sustainable business. Yes. We don't only teach clients how to behave sustainably or how to save money and how to properly manage their personal finance, but we want to do the same with our own company finances. So
at the end of the day, us not being able to meet our ends or be financially stable as a company, it would also mean some stress for our clients. So at the end of the day,
exactly. So we want to be here long termly, and that's what we have always in mind. That's why we try to be, very open with clients and, communicate as much as possible. That's why I'm here today as well. So it's very hard to say, where exactly we're going to be in 10 to 15 years, because I'm sure, whatever our plans are for this year, is going to be completely different than what the original plans are. As every day brings something new. So 10 to 15 years, as you said,
that's
I don't have
the joy of working in such a strong,
But I believe Finax is going to be better and stronger.
Yeah, as we say, we develop in a very fast. At the very fast pace, so this is why our plans often change, and we do so many things that maybe were not in original plans. But at the end of the day, we always look at the way we can enhance our service and basically make our products better for the clients. Juri, thanks a lot for joining me today. I hope we have told you the story of Finax in a way that it makes you, in a way, feel closer to how we do business here and who is basically standing behind the company and where the whole idea came from. I hope you will join me on some of my podcasts as well.
Sure, I'll do.
For our English and international, basically, audience. And for you guys, if you like this video, please don't shy off and press the button, like it, and follow us so you can see more Finax content in English on our YouTube channel and on our social media. Thanks, Juri, once again, and see you next time.
Yeah, you're welcome, and bye-bye.
Bye.